Beggars can't be choosers. However,
we work with
listeners,
what we got.
Next week, please recommend better topics. We can't come up with these ourselves. You know, I mean, we come up with the content. We can't decide what we're going to talk about on our own. We need you, listening right now in your underpants. We need you to give us a topic next week, right? But
you got to do work for us. You got to like put the master prep list. Now we're line cooks. We're not chefs. We need a master prep list. We need to like, okay, boom, relationships, boom, smoking. I don't know what the fuck.
With that crazy intro, let's start the show that we said is going to suck.
Yeah. Today's shitty episode is brought to you by Squarespace.
Don't actually do that. I'm actually sponsored, bro. I can't just start shouting out random pages for free. Come on.
If you say it enough, it'll manifest. Today's episode is sponsored by Cambro.
Oh my goodness! Welcome everybody to Slice and Dice Show. Cook will sway. Josue and I will talk.
DC, you're losing your steam. What is going on? You sound so defeated right now. You sound so bummed out. What is going on?
This was probably the best intro I've ever done. Free flowing, no pressure, no nothing. Anyways,
just
what the hell is going on? How's it? No, actually, no. I don't care. We already did that. Now it's rumbling time. Rumble in the pit. We are talking about. What are we talking about today? Maybe introduce a topic.
Relationships.
Well, actually, I'm so sorry. Don't. We have to do one thing because last time we forgot, and it's probably the most fun part of the whole episode. I hope you have your frickin' phone handy or Googling device handy.
Right now.
We have to talk about the results of the previous weeks. Come on.
That's right.
Why
That's right. We can actually do that now. Yeah. Technology.
So, let's start with episode 1 if you can. Yeah, I should have told you this before we started the show, but yeah.
I would have been ready had you communicated that with me. I can't read minds, Chef.
Yeah, I mean that's a good it's a good like foreshadowing for the topic today.
Okay, so let's say episode 1. For I'm with DC, 58%.
Wait. No. What's the topic? I forgot.
So episode 1, for or against open kitchens.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
42% of our viewers agreed that open kitchens aren't too bad, while a whopping 58% said fuck open kitchens.
Yeah! Massive win. Massive win.
Excellent. Enjoy it. On our second episode of Smoke Breaks, 22% agreed with you, while a whopping 78% agreed with me.
That's garbage. Well, you enjoy it for a bit. I mean, you were nice to me. You didn't get too angry when I won. So I'm gonna extend that to you as well. Congrats for winning, right? In a society that hates us. You know what I mean? It's like going back to Jim Crow era and being like, yo, interracial marriage, yes or no? Obviously, people are gonna vote no. This is me in the modern age. You know what I mean? This slonker who's like, oh, I hate cigarettes. People can't. You guys, listen, Mr. and Mrs. of the audience. You have to realize that these personal biases that direct every single move in your life, they don't, they shouldn't affect your voting for this show. I'm trying to win over here. What do you, don't think of the issues actually. Think of the person. You know what I mean? I'm a man behind the pro-smoking propaganda. You gotta give me something. Please. Let's
You're like a modern day Joe Camel. You're fucking cool as shit. Yeah. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
You're not quite the Marlboro man. You're like Joe Cool,
Thank you. So if you like Josue, vote for whatever stance I take this episode. You know what I mean? And we'll see the results next week.
Yeah, exactly. It's like DC versus Marvel.
Oh my! Oh shit! Yeah, nice. That's pretty cool. I just realized that I don't know. DC's all right. It's all right, but it's been taken already by multiple things. The shoes, the comics, the city, the District of Columbia. You know what I mean? There's Daniel Cormier in the UFC. So I gotta fight my name. You know what I mean? I gotta fight for my name. But anyways, please after this. So it's a tie. You're saying? Let's not regard the percentages, which are slightly in your favor. I'm saying overall, one win each.
I'd say, yeah, we're pretty tied up. It's fair.
Right. Well, we're trying to break that this week, though, right?
Yeah, today is really best 2 out of 3. So we'll see. We'll see. I I think this one is going to be mostly determined. I think after this episode, it's basically going to say a lot about our viewers.
Oh, yeah.
More so because of the topic of relationships. It just depends how many single guys listen versus how many guys in relationships listen to this.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I like to.
So it's not really going to matter. I mean, you could have the best argument. I could probably do a really solid argument. And if like 90% of these guys are just single trying to lay down the pipe, they'll be get the fuck out of here with your fucking relationship bullshit.
Well, exactly. And also the married guys are going to be coping and seething. They're going to be like, oh, well, no. It's a lot better to have a stable, I agree. However, let's, for the purpose of this show, say that every vote that's for my side is for me personally and not regarding anything else, just to protect our egos a little bit. But what do you even know what we're talking about this week? Do you want to, throw that out there?
You know what? The suggestion was a little confusing. So we're doing relationships. So are we going to argue? I'm guessing we're arguing like either for relationships in the workplace or against relationships in the workplace. Because I was a little confused. Well, that's fair, right?
I would say that's fair. However, what the viewer, can you pull Miohiner or something? You know what
his name? So that is a legit OG sub, like before 100 subs. Nice. He's like OG.
Yeah.
And I forgot how to say his name, but that's the name of Thor's hammer.
Oh, Mjolnir.
Like yeah, exactly. Yeah. In my 500 thank you video, I thanked him personally.
Oh yeah.
But I asked him yo, you need to leave in the comments how the fuck to say your name, because I don't know what the fuck is going on. Yeah, it's Thor's hammer.
Actually, you have to say Mjolnir, because it's got 2 exclamation marks in it as well. Don't forget.
Mjolnir!
Yeah, well, so thank you for this. Yeah, I'm just, it's just too funny. It's got his name, a space, and 3 exclamation marks in his name. So thank you, sir, for recommending us this topic. But what he was saying, though, is that specifically he did not want us to say yes or no. He wanted to have like a niche and then argue for each side. You know what I mean? So
sure.
So, but you say sure, I don't get it. I'm just reading what he says. He's like, really? I'm gonna read this. By the way, buddy, you're great. You're fantastic. I don't know. Maybe you had a long shift. It was a little hard, but relations in a restaurant, like serious relationships, or a one-time thing, or if for some reason you're entwined in something like that, what would be the correct way of doing it besides just don't do it? So that's verbatim what he said.
Maybe he's talking about platonic friendships, like when you like stage. That's like a one-time thing.
Okay. What do you
chill
think?
Chill out. DC, calm the fuck down. I was fucking with you. I saw you really thinking hard. Like, hold on, he's got to say something. No, that was just me fucking with you.
I'm trying to decipher this. I can't. Just choose a topic. Yeah, if you want to go yes, no, we can do it. Otherwise, we can do like serious versus like just sleeping around like a whore. You know what I mean?
Okay, so I gotta put out immediately straight up. When I started cooking, I was already married.
Okay,
so I can't really speak too much about to me, hooking up on the workplace is just like any other job.
Yeah,
I think the big difference, say like in retail, I could at least like ignore a certain department. I didn't have to just go to that area of the store. Mm-hmm. Whereas in a restaurant, you fuck shit up, man. You have to see that person. That person has to come and talk to you. And depending on what your position is there, sometimes you can't afford to just fucking ignore them.
No, for sure.
And it makes it difficult, especially when you have some you have personalities where they'll just completely give you the cold shoulder. Mm-hmm. And you have no idea that it was maybe a one-time thing. And then sometimes you'll have people that just over fucking do it, and now they just won't fucking leave you alone at work. And they think like, oh, well, we hooked up one time, so clearly we're something.
Yeah. And also, I want to say, it makes everybody else cringe. If you've ever been in that situation when there's 2 people like, hey, how's it going? Oh yeah, you got this meal, like this like overly friendly thing. Everybody else, all the other cooks or the chef, whatever, they're just gonna be completely destroyed on the inside. Not because they're coping and seething because they're single and forever. So I'm just saying that they're like angry when they see these interactions like that. And when 2 people are too cozy, it's uncomfortable.
What's your stance on it? Like, would you? If
I don't
there
get
was
the question. I can't have a stance if I don't know what we're arguing about.
Oh, I'll ask you the question.
Thank you.
I'll ask you the question.
Thank you, sir.
If you see a cute front of house boy, do you go for it or not? I don't want to make assumptions. I'm not making assumptions.
Well,
A cute girl.
Well, either or. We'll go over 18 for sure. I mean, boy, I'm uncomfortable with the terminology, but you know,
I don't like that word. I don't like to touch that word, boy. Nope, I'm not Catholic. Nope.
All right, cool. Well, I'm just gonna say this. I am very rarely in such a situation because from the first second, wherever you enter, you have to ensure, you know, this is the Sigma grind set. You have to ensure that you control the room. You know what I mean? You have to ensure that you're 5 steps ahead of everybody else. So getting real cozy and really close to people and telling them like, oh, I went to school there, I did that, blah blah blah, giving all this information about yourself is immediately setting your master plan back at least 12 steps. It's really you can't. Trick them and manipulate them and have this little power play if you're too cozy with them. So I'm saying personally I think that if you're just talking about like dating in general, I don't think it's a great idea because it leads to heartbreak.
Fair. But casual dating or like serious dating or just dating period?
I mean, not to be too cringe about it, but human contact in general. You gotta like you gotta step away. I don't know. I'm not this type of guy at work who will come up and talk to everybody else. Not at all. I am extremely
You're
introverted.
a keep to yourself kind of guy?
100%. I will never initiate conversation like in a public forum.
This DC is a different DC than what we would encounter in the kitchen.
No, not really. It's just because I mean, it's when you're on the this is not interesting. It's not. I don't know. But it's like when you're on the show, you try to be. It's a product.
I see what you're saying.
So it's like I'm not gonna go to the guy just doing prep and it's like, hey, what's the deal with that's true. People who do this, people who do this in real life, I want to fucking bash their heads in. It's horrible. So yeah. Yeah.
Servers talk like that sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because they want to be friendly. Yeah.
I sometimes think like, okay, like say if I wasn't married, what would I do? Right. Like how would I find my, whatever I'm going to find? Yeah. I realize I'm a really toxic person. So I wouldn't give a shit. Yeah. Because if something doesn't work out, I'm very comfortable. Like, okay, shit didn't work out. Peace. We keep it moving.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go out of my way to be rude to you. Mm-hmm. I'm just not going to fucking play into your fucking thing. Like, hey, it didn't work out. Sorry. Peace.
Yeah. So I think that's the thing. I think the question, let's 20 minutes into the show, we'll set up a question. I think that we're arguing over. I think the question should be, do you if you're already dating, should you work together? That's not the question. The question is, if you're both single, do you go for it? I think it might, to the displeasure of Mjolnir with 3 exclamation marks. I think that's the better topic to talk about, right?
I think that's the best, yeah.
Yeah.
I say go for it.
Sorry, bro.
Go for it. Period. Right. Done. Go for it.
All right. I say no. I say stay away. Stay away from my daughter. Yeah. Damn.
Okay. Go on.
Well, yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's because you see, this society, it makes you think that there's no strings attached, right? No such thing exists. Every single relationship, whether it's romantic, whether it's completely platonic, whether it's just drug dealer, drug dealee, doesn't matter. There's always setbacks. It's always once that goes south, you're gonna suffer consequences, and the consequences you suffer in the kitchen are disastrous. They ruin everybody's day. Service is gonna be just sloppy or actually sabotage. Have you even considered sabotage, sir? I don't think so. I don't think you could. No, have you?
I mean.
No, I don't think so.
Listen, you do that shit enough times, you'll eventually know how to work around the little nuances and the issues that you're going to come across. Yeah, of course, if you're 19, you start dating, it's going to fuck up your fucking day. And I'm going to have to fucking deal with it with your little broken heart.
Yeah.
3 relationships down the road, you probably got a better grip on it. You probably understand, hey, you know what? We just got to keep it moving, whether you're front of house or back house. People grow up.
No,
not everyone. Not everyone. All right. Some people just stay being thoughts and fuck boys.
Yeah.
But some people want to level up, maybe find something more substantial. They want to invest in somebody.
Yeah.
And so, in doing so, you kind of have to bring the best version of yourself. You got to find a way how to not if you fucking blow it, it's okay. But how do you minimize the collateral damage? Because if I'm dating,
all right, we're talking.
Let me tell you something. If you're next to me, DC, and I'm dating the hostess, and shit doesn't work out, and I'm fucking over here whining and moping, I'm gonna try to keep that bullshit at a minimum.
Okay.
I'm going to assume that you know what's going on, so I'm just not going to bring it up to you unless you ask specifically.
Well, because you're a team player. You know what I mean? You're kind of this squad leader, lead line, well, we're talking to here. You know what I mean? So you have this sense of you have people that you're responsible of. However, a server, for example, doesn't necessarily have that thought. She might just, I don't know, spit in the food or like just sabotage a bill, and she's got no drawback to it. She just can do whatever she wants. Not everybody is as incredibly wholesome and caring as you are. Is what I'm saying. It's a backhanded comment.
Oh, that's sweet. I'm trying to think of a server that would spit in food.
Yeah,
like that takes some fucking balls, man. Because that means it already made it off the pass.
Yeah.
I'd let her ruin my life.
Get you a GF that spits in your food. Yeah. Damn.
Hey, man. Yeah. Get yourself one.
All right. Well, this is a very compelling argument. I got All right. Let's not say spit in your food. Let's just say like forgets the food or deliberately comes late to the pass and.
See, that's annoying as shit. That's 100% annoying as shit. But then that falls on me. Like, why? Hey, here's the thing. Like, I'm cool with it, but I'm assuming that you gave it some time. You gave it like a week to talk to this person. Because look, I understand some guys, some girls are very good, and like on their first day, they'll get like the cooks or like, hey, let's just all fucking hang out, go out. They go out after work, and then bam, people start hooking up. Okay, I get that, but it's like, fuck it, give it some time. Don't, especially if you work with them. Look, most towns already have an industry night. Yeah. You want a quick thing? Go there. At work, you should probably take your time. Take the time to, at the minimum, get yourself a friends with benefits, because at least there's some sense of like boundaries and respect.
I mean, yeah, you guys, I hear you. But the thing is, if you prevent this from happening altogether, then there's no calculation. You might be a smart guy, but most people in the kitchen are kind of retarded. They're kind of like, I'm not inventing anything here. It's not the brightest bunch necessarily. Some of you guys, if you're listening, I gotta say to myself, if you're listening to this,
are you in the industry or are you just some guy that like fakes to be in the industry? Did you work in kitchens for like 3 years, 7 years ago?
This is a question I won't answer because if I do, then you'll have one step closer to me. If I give you my work experience, my master plan of leaving, you know what I mean, midway is going to be foiled. I can't.
I'm going to look at your LinkedIn and see what the fuck's going on. We're going to get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, but so what I'm saying is, not everybody does the emotional calculus you do. Some people just want to avoid all, the best. I don't have a saying for this, but the best way to avoid, minimize damage is not to go there at all, not to be in the zone of danger at all.
Okay.
Well, so
counter argument.
Okay.
If you're a cook, right? Most of us are working long hours. Most of us have schedules that don't line up with people. Like my free time is legit anytime between 10 p.m. and like 3 a.m. 4 a.m. if it's my Friday.
Yeah.
So I'm probably going to encounter the same old fucking people. Well, and if there's someone that I might have a fucking shot, I'm not going to fucking pass up on that because it might go, it might turn out really well for me.
Yeah, what about this though? What about you just date someone from another restaurant? It doesn't have to be the same place, you know what I mean? Like if you have weird schedules and you can just say like, oh, let's, so
which goes back to my point. You want to do that, then go out to your fucking local industry night.
Thank you. Which shows my point, which I'm saying no dating in the workplace, in the kitchen. Damn. Thank you. You got anything else?
Oh, I see how you brought it back around.
Yeah.
I see what you did. Yeah. No. You can 100% be dating in the workplace. I see it all the time. And I mean, yeah, look, 9 times out of 10, it ends miserably and terribly. And it just disrupts the flow and someone ends up getting fired.
Yeah.
But you could be that 1 in 10.
But I mean, okay.
And isn't love worth 1 in 10?
All right.
Then 0 in 10.
You hit all the hopeless romantics in chat right now. Good. No. Little crowd work. That's pretty good. However, think of this though. What if it goes well? What if you are 1 in a million, or in Josue's case, 1 in 10, you'd say, let's say the 10%, you get there and it works. And then you go further and you get married and everything. You still work together. You will have your wife watching every move you make, every breath you take. I think boundaries is something that's important. Spending a million years together 24/7 is ridiculous. It's prison.
Okay. So what? Like after work, you guys don't have your own hobbies? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying that if you're at work, listen. If you have a wife, you know what I mean. I'm sure you can relate. You after work, you especially put effort into doing things that are interesting, and then you spend quality time together. However, if you have been spending all of this time, your entire shift, with your wife at work, through the thunder and heat, you know what I mean? All the lows, all the worst parts of it. And then you come home. Are you going to have the same enthusiasm to hang out again? I don't think so.
I see. Okay. I mean, if that's the case, I think that's more of an insight as to you as a current person. Okay. Like you shouldn't be blaming circumstances. Okay.
Yeah.
Some people don't mind spending that much time with their significant other.
What, people under 25?
People under 25. I personally, I'm very content with like I'd rather miss my wife. So I maybe see her like once a week just because our schedules are so opposite. And you know what? Yeah. That works for me. And the few hours that I get to actually see her, I appreciate way the fuck more. It's like I'm concentrating all that into just like one quick day or 2 days max if I'm lucky.
Well, exactly. But you couldn't have that if you're forced to be like, all right, here it is. Yeah, table 43 is done. Yes, I'm having this inflection, but after time, everything fizzles out. Are you very likely to hang out with your coworker, your shift guy who's in the same shift as you all the time? Maybe once a week, but not always. So spending all this time together in this closed little kitchen that you love so much, it might be dangerous.
So you're 100% correct. The only thing I will say don't date is like if I was single, I wouldn't date another cook.
Okay.
In the same kitchen. Hell no, because then it goes fully to your point. That is too much.
Then
but in my head, I'm thinking.
Can you go into it a little bit?
Yeah, like that's too much time. There's no space. Like I'm interacting with, like sometimes it's even if I don't have to talk to you directly, I just need that wind down time just so I can like be in my own thoughts. I can step back and reflect. I couldn't reflect back on this episode or this podcast if I had you in my ear, even if we were doing our own thing. It's not the same.
Yeah.
I need to unplug for a minute,
Sure.
So if I had to work with someone on cook to cook level, yeah, I would 100% need to find something to do on my own outside, or at the very least be comfortable. Like, yo, I'm going to be in the living room. You can chill here in the bedroom, and I'll see you for fucking lunch.
Yeah.
Ideally, I would say your best bet is to date a front of house person. And I think
if you can handle him without killing him, jeez.
If you can handle, but you know what?
Was a light cook, I think. Go ahead.
I think the difference in personality is beneficial for both parties. Whereas the front of house cook will help buffer your lack of social ability, your inability to socialize. Because let me tell you something, working in a service industry deteriorates your ability to fucking socialize with people.
That's true.
You end up having a really dark sense of humor, or just overall what normal people would say a terrible person.
Yeah, very cynical.
It's like, nah, bro, come on now. But a front of house person will know how to like bridge that gap. Like, what are you going to do? Two back of house people go together? Get the fuck out of here, man. People are going to be looking over the table and shit. Like, the fuck are they talking about?
That's not
back of house person cleans it up. If you're front of house and you're dating a back of house person, it's fantastic. You get, you have someone that will help you with a life skill, which is cooking, because you probably don't know how to do that. And you learn how to be a little more assertive. Sometimes front of house can be a little too like they'll allow the pushback. They won't push back
because they're getting paid for it. Obviously,
they're getting paid for it.
Yeah,
and then
all right,
and then they forget that it's their job, and then it becomes a part of their personality, and then they just can't help it.
Well, yeah, but you teach her that. What is she going to teach you? How to squeeze your cleavage for extra tips? Come on, you know what I mean?
Like how to chew with my mouth closed in public.
Nah, who cares about that, bro? You got to get maximum mandible expansion. I chew with my mouth open like a kid, like a toddler. I have to.
Some girls see that and they're like, oh, what else does that mouth do?
I mean, all right. Well, very lascivious comment. I'm gonna skip right past that. The typical line cook humor. You know what I mean? Line cook nastiness
on a line cook YouTube channel. Man, hold on. I'll try to clean up my language. I am so sorry.
Yeah. But it's just like, but what is the point? Oh, first of all, what do you think dating is for? You know what I mean? Do you have this very utilitarian approach to it, or do you think overall there's a very esoteric, romantic sense to it?
It just depends on what your mood is or what you're looking for in the current time. The key is finding someone that's on the same wavelength. I think that's the ultimate thing.
I'm on 432 hertz all the time. Front of house, they're like 20 hertz, bro. They're like just bass. It's nothing. No peaks, no mids, no RMS, nothing. It's just a sine wave, dude. Nothing.
So maybe if you just want like a GFE thing, you can date front of house. You know, something that just like keeps you warm at night. Date front of house, and you can just go find. You know, it's almost like the job you're in now is just there for the money. Like you go there for the money, and then your real passion is what you do outside of work.
Yeah.
So you know what? It just keeps your blood flowing, keeps you feeling good, wanted and appreciated who you're with at work. And then you go look for, look, I tell the servers this, the front of house guys, it's like, don't let your girlfriend get in the way of finding your wife. Okay. Like,
all right. Yeah.
Facts, man.
Yeah,
so,
spitting.
Casually date in your place and just be cool, man. If it goes south, hey, just know, like, hey, man, you can't act surprised if they're acting weird. Just, work around it. Be professional.
Yeah.
You want to find a wife? Go outside of work, man. Go fucking meet her at a fucking farmer's market.
Yeah, these are all fair points, I would say, to support my argument. So what do you have? You know what I mean? I say, yeah, go out to farmers markets, sign up for Pilates, you know what I mean? Go walk your dog in the street. That's going to be an instant draw. Don't talk to the gremlins, the troglodytes of front of house.
If you guys are just like, hey, we're going to be here at the same time, I might just ask you like, hey, are you done with that? Are you done with the bench? Can I use it? And then casually, okay.
But what are you going to ask for front of house? Are you done with that salt shaker, you stupid retard? Can you even fill that up?
But they like it. What do you want me to do? I had a girl cheat on me because she liked the way the back of house guy was talking shit to her.
But you have
I'm there looking at her like, what the what?
Hey,
like, and this was before I was a line cook. I was just like working retail. It made no sense. I get it now. So yeah, that could probably work so much in your favor.
No, but I'm cerebral. I got highbrow humor. You know what I mean? I like to make the viewers, the listeners think. You know what I mean? I can't dumb down my material for front of house. Like, what are you gonna talk about? The birds and the bees? Or like make your mama jokes, because front of house laughs at everything that isn't funny. Like the brutality of what is funny to front of house is almost suicide fuel. 2 front of house workers fell down a hole. One said, "It's dark in here, isn't it?" The other replied, "I don't know. I can't see." No laugh. Come on, it's good here. This is primo material.
Stupid. Okay. The only front of house joke I heard that actually made me laugh was from my front of house manager. He's like, how many line cooks to fucking change how many servers is it to change a light bulb?
Yeah.
And it's like 1 to just say like it's not my side work. That's what it was. Like, no, but like
Josue, you're not a true comedian. You have to.
I'm not a true comedian.
The essence of the joke is that you have to, deliver it. Doesn't matter how bad the punchline is. You can't tap out. You got to say the whole thing. For example, listen here. Why can't a front of house worker dial 911, 911?
Why?
She can't find the 11. A robber comes into the store and steals a TV. A front of house worker runs after him and says, "Wait, you forgot the remote."
Right.
I'm at laughfactory.com. I got millions of front of house jokes. Oh my, all of them are a little too long. Let me feel free to insert any arguments in your favor. I'm just gonna keep calling them dumb. Why couldn't the front of house worker add 10 plus 5 on a calculator?
I mean, it's so hard. Listen, you took a very interesting approach. You attached IQ to a dating situation. I came in to defend, like, hey, yeah, go for it, man. You want to be a front of house? That's cool. You want to be, that's cool. And then all of a sudden you're like, would you do it because they're smart? And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. Check, mate.
This is the way I argue. I can't actually prove anything. I can't provide any good points. I can only bully and belittle the other side so that people like me.
They're empaths. They're just empaths.
Yeah,
that's it. They are true empaths. They just want to spread positive vibes, but they don't really want to know what that actually means or think too deep into it.
Yeah.
They want to complain about capitalism while they post it on their iPhones. That's front of house. Like back of house, we're barely making fucking our Metro PCS bills with our like $30 fucking Nokia phones.
Yeah,
from
back
10
of
years
house
ago.
Can't have an opinion on capitalism because we're not part of it.
Back of house, man, it's just trying to survive. They don't give a fuck if it's capitalism, communism. It's like, homie, I just need a check.
Yeah, literally.
I need a check in the beer.
Damn. You like to breathe air sometimes?
I mean, when I'm not smoking a cigarette or smoking weed.
Thank you. This was the segue. I just thought of this real quick. A science teacher tells his class, oxygen is a must for breathing in life. It was discovered in 1773. Front of house worker responds, thank God I was born after 1773. Otherwise, I would have died without it.
That's great. I like that.
Thank you. Don't take this personally, by the way. I'm going to keep, listening to your arguments, but all I have to provide anymore, because I've said all my points, all the logical, like, the blowback, the fallback, the tensions here. If the audience can't relate to that, all I have to offer now is front of house jokes. But yeah, it's all I can do.
Oh, DC. I think in the poll, I'm going to ask everyone. It's like, you know what? Can you donate the vote you give me to DC, please?
Because of this great joke. What did the front of house worker say when she saw the Cheerios box? Cheerios, the cereal.
Yeah. Yes.
You got Cheerios over there. Yeah. OMG, donut seeds.
This is almost as good. Okay, so if you're gonna call front of house stupid, there's a reason why these dumb jokes in back of house exist about like the bacon stretcher or collecting fresh air samples.
Yeah, I
remember I have sent people out to do that kind of dumb shit. And I forgot what other. There's the fucking. I don't know, there's other like fake fucking tools that we do. And I mean, back of house is dumb in its own special way.
Okay.
It's just different. You're talking like blonde dumb versus fucking.
I love blondes. I'm talking strictly front of house. Nothing to do with blondes. But go ahead.
No, but just the ditzy. So you're talking like front of house ditzy dumb fucks who think like everything's rainbows and like rise and grind, everyone.
Oh my gosh, you're so random. Go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. You got that versus some guy that probably like listens to Disturbed unironically, fucking just bro, like fucking fat as fuck. But it's like, why is your shirt like sleeves cut off all the way down to the bottom? Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Or you got the dishwasher that's like, bro, I know what part of town you live. Okay. It's fucking gang infested. And you come in your beat up fucking Honda and you got a fucking chain that's worth more than your car 4 times. Well, I'm here for my check, bro. Like, that's a whole, an NFT investor probably. That's a whole different fucking level of fucking ignorance, and I think it works out. It's like restaurant dating is like a middle school fucking dating scene. Oh yeah, it's all cringe. It's all cringe, but periodically,
gossip.
That's all it is. So it's like, if you're going to be like doing that in your own spot, you got to be cool with it. You got to like just fucking embrace that shit and not act surprised when it fucking happens to you. Just go with it. Enjoy the ride. Especially if you're someone that's like, yeah, you know what? If, I fucking just do what I got to do and then, it doesn't work out, I'll just go find a new restaurant.
Damn, cool. You could quit your job over a relationship? Damn.
I quit. Fuck it, man. There's a million other places.
I don't know if I'd go that far. If
look.
if you're dedicated to the grind that hard, you gotta crush. You gotta you gotta crush some sniz so hard that you have to quit your job for it. I think you lost. To be honest,
there were do you know the restaurant Olive Garden?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so there were 2 cooks at Olive Garden, and it was part of like the manager would always let the new front of house girls know, like, don't sleep with those 2 guys, because they were roommates. And so what they would do is they would take bets on who could sleep with the most front of house people.
Oh my goodness.
It's just cringe. Like the guys are exactly what you would expect, you know? But the thing is, you can't be like super like, oh, that's fucking gross, because it's like everyone knew, and yet they were still getting their numbers in.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. I think there's a respectable nature to just someone living a degenerate life. Like I'm not like, well, I don't judge very much. I'm not like, oh, this is righteous, this is wrong. I'm not this type of person at all. But sometimes people who are just living in filth, you know what I mean? Like you see these TikToks sometimes of the people doing like dance trends. And they're obviously in like bumfuck Missouri in a like 2 square foot house. All the walls are filled with chili sauce, and they're just out there like dancing their misshapen ass just to whatever country song just came out. Like these types of people, you have to respect them. I mean, the just
takes a type of courage.
Yeah, just go in full retard, dude. They talked about it in the movie. People say never go full retard. Because you don't want to get there. Because once you get there, there's a freedom. There's a sense of just being like, yeah, I got nothing to prove.
It's almost like a trap. It's almost like the Truman Show. Don't go. Because you're going to realize you've been living in a bubble. And it's like, dude, I can do what the fuck I want.
Yeah.
Most people don't know how to do what the fuck you want. That's the fucking problem.
You just see some weird things. Like, for example, the other day, I saw there's 3 front of house workers walk into a building, You'd think one of them would have seen it, but it seems not.
Is that a joke?
Walk into a building, as in, yeah.
I just think, I put faces to these jokes that you're doing, so I imagine specific people I know, and it's like, no, they would. I'm like, but would I be surprised if someone told me that happened? No.
A server drops off her dress to the dry cleaners. The lady says, "Come again." The front of house worker says, "No, it's toothpaste this time." Come on, you gotta start audibly laughing. I'm not gonna feel bad for it because these are hilarious, but for the audience,
you they're great. They're good jokes. They're not bad jokes.
Why did the server put her iPad in a blender?
What? What? I don't know. Please tell me.
Thank you for playing along. Yeah, because she wanted to make apple juice.
What? Okay. These are just sad, man, because it's like these are real people. You think we're making these are real people we're talking about. Oh my goodness.
Any confused server, put her in a circle and tell her to go to the corner. All right. I love it. These I could do like 2 hours of just reading these. These are too good.
Oh Lord. Okay. All right.
I'm sorry. One last thing.
Go ahead. You get one more.
Thank you. It's too good. A cook. The cook says, "Where were you born?" The server says, "The United States." The cook says, "Which part?" And the server says, "My whole body." Go on.
That's perfect.
Yes. But so you're saying you want to try to bring it back to the actual topic we're discussing this week, not just jokes?
We can't. So I think based on the what you just shared,
yeah,
I think I'll say this: keep it casual at work. If you want something more serious, probably look outside where you are, because you don't want to overdo it. You start seeing someone doing something every fucking day, that shit's going to get old really fast. You want to pace it out, especially if you're going for the distance. At work, go ahead, man. Dip your pen in the company ink. You know,
vote on it. Yes or no.
Let yourself get chucked.
Yes or no,
so to speak.
Yes or no. Just vote on it, fellas. In chat.
Please.
In chat, vote on it.
By saying this, by voting DC, you're essentially saying like you're cock blocking yourself.
Yeah.
That's essentially you're beaver damming yourself.
Well, because if you do semen retention, you'll be more powerful. You will literally ascend to a new plane. You will
Really?
not. This sexual energy will not be siphoned from you from these. How did the server die drinking milk? Oh, what? No, I fucked that. Anyways, just vote on it.
1, 2, 3. And
My baby
also-
don't. Yeah, go ahead. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
So we're gonna have a sing off at the end of this, and that's how you're gonna determine on the voting category. So let's talk about like fine dining versus lowbrow, and I'm not talking about the food per se coming in as an eater, someone experiencing it. I'm talking about working in it.
Yeah.
What has been your experience in where, like, have you done mostly like fine dining, mid range, low range? Where do you fall?
I really bounced around in these establishments that served normal food, so nothing extremely fancy, not classy, Michelin starred restaurants, but mostly so they serve this like what would be called basic foods, like burgers and such, but in a high class manner, like these ridiculous $25 to $30 burgers, That was mostly my experience. So there was standards, and it was kind of fancy, quote unquote, but it wasn't ever this culinary masterpiece. It wasn't Le Bernardin.
So it almost sounds like maybe like casual fine dining.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
I don't know what the term exactly is, but yeah. So the point is, you take normal foods and elevate them to charge more for them.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Definitely.
How about you?
I have done everything from your I don't give a fuck, you can throw food at front of house kitchens, all the way up to like you come in and they got your uniform pressed for you. You change at work, and it's like one spoon over of a certain ingredient, and you're just getting like grilled. And in fact, in this one, I was only there for 5 months. Yeah. Every day, 8 hours a day, just a guy behind you grilling you nonstop. Because each station was 2 people, so it was usually like one of the main cooks and then like a stage or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I
think you have way more experience than I have, because I was mostly in the same type of restaurant. I wasn't in these. There wasn't a range there. So what do you think?
Do you have a preference?
I already asked you. You can't say you can't.
Okay. I think here's what I think. I kind of see it as like, you should go as high as you can. Like, I'm going to argue for it. I like the fine dining because it grills really good habits into you. Yeah. That even after you leave, whether your experience was good or bad, you can't unsee certain things. Mm-hmm. I was talking to Chris last night, and like one of the things like we can't undo, like I cannot not like work and clean at the same time. Yeah. Like it would just weird me out to separate that as 2 different tasks. I can't just leave. If I work morning, I can't just leave and not have like swept, mopped, flipped the stations, completely like cleaned the entire kitchen before handing it over to PM. It is weird that some kitchens you can just like dip out. But
that's fair. But also I think that when you're cooking, like while you're doing the cooking, I think that it's what separates a basic starter from an experienced cook, is that while, let's say you fire up the grill, and you put your stuff on the grill, you have time to wipe down the previous surface you used to cut the meats, for example. You know what I mean? Like you have to, in your cooking process, you have to take into account that you have to clean surfaces and like free them up for other people as well. That's a pro.
And it's okay. Like those cooks, man, hey man, if you need a little time, I'll give you the time. It's not a big deal. I think the lower end kitchens, like they kind of, it's like
IHOP
throwing shit. But IHOP, I think those are great entry level, because they'll literally take anyone.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck. And then as you figure out, is this something you want to do? Is this something you don't want to do? You can start moving up. There is a nice little sweet spot where you do encounter a lot of people that are very passionate about the job, the career, and the culture. So that's where you're more likely to find like a good mentor. I don't think you could find a mentor like at a IHOP, because I don't think a self-respecting cook would stay there long enough.
Yeah.
That's more of a, I need the job type of thing.
Really, it really is. And also, if you've, I don't know, like what your thoughts are on economics, but if you look at you're essentially being exploited, right? In these minimum wage jobs at these places like IHOP, for example. So it's just like, you will do what you need not to get fired. But I doubt people at IHOP put in 200% or, like 120%, just incredible effort, because they know that whatever they add into it is not going to move them up in the industry. It's just extra free work. So they do what they have to do.
They're just there. Yeah. There's no moving up for them. Like, well, what? You're going to be a chef at fucking IHOP? Or then what? Like, they're not going to, I don't know, maybe they'll move you to a new restaurant. But yeah, no. It's fucking weird. Those are good starters. You start there, and then that's where you figure out. So for me, I wanted to go high. Like, in my head, I'm like, Michelin. That's the goal. It's accessible to me. I can drive to where all the Michelin areas are.
Okay.
Like, the French Laundry is only an hour drive away.
Oh, man! That's crazy. So if I was like that, I'd just hide in the dumpsters till Thomas Keller comes out. He probably never even goes there anymore, I'm assuming, because he's not, you know what I mean? It's his spot, but he's not head chef anymore, is he?
No.
Yeah.
He now has like other people to chef for him. He's just now a face. He's like the Guy Fieri of fine dining.
So you hide in the dumpster every 5 or 6 months when he shows up. It's like, excuse me, sir, I'm a huge fan. Yeah, just jump on him. Damn.
You'd probably would find so much good food in that fucking dumpster. Mm-hmm. Like, I read this article, like this woman went in just to cover a story about the French Laundry, and they got like a fresh, like a fucking bag of like baguettes and stuff.
Yeah.
And the sous chef just cut it open. It was still warm, cut it open, but something was off, and so he just threw the whole fucking thing away.
What an asshole, dude.
I'm like, you mother, like, not for family meal, not give it to your staff.
Or even like Le Bernardin, what they do is they have to trim the salmon, for example, very, very, very neatly. You can't use most of the fish, right? So what they do is that they put that in, they seal that up, sous vide it, and send it to a charity organization that takes care of it and cooks food for the homeless with that one. I'm not Mr. Charity over here, but honestly, if you're going to throw it out, at least put a little bit of effort into trying to keep it.
Do
as
something
much as
with it. I can understand why, it's just weird. You can definitely do creative things with it.
Yeah.
Where I'm at, we're very conscious about that. So, like, we make bagels every day, but we have places that'll take the bagels for free. They'll just give it out to like women's shelters and homeless people or like school shit. So it's perfect. Yeah. Tossing a food, I don't think it's fucking cool or necessary. It's just weird.
You can also help them mentally disabled. Give it to front of house. It's fine. There's no problem.
Or at minimum, if you don't even want to fucking give it away, you could use it as compost.
True. Very true. All this truth. Very true. So these sound like arguments against high octane cooking.
When you get there is a too high level. And that's what I was getting at. So in this 5 month stint that I was at this fine dining, I kind of realized that anything higher than this, almost at least for my needs, becomes kind of redundant. That's when you start getting into just weird shit where like who the fuck is practically using tweezers?
Oh yeah.
Like you start getting into like where food now becomes more of an art than a meal. And for me, I'm more of a meal cook.
Yeah.
Like, I want to cook good food. I'd rather you eat the food and be amazed than like, oh my God, I took 24 cooks to put one dish together.
Yeah. And also at that level, it stops becoming food really. It's more like this culinary experience, but no one goes to one of these restaurants, has like a little taste and feels fulfilled. It's like, oh man, I'm so filled. Oh man, I ate so much at this restaurant. No, not really. It's like, it's all for taste. But if you have one good meal at a, let's say, high class, but not extremely, as you said, artistic restaurant, I feel like that's more of the essence of what food is. It should be tasty, it should be delicious and new, but it should also, fill you.
So I think that's why like casual fine dining, like where you are, the last place I was in, it took street food and elevated it. Mm-hmm. So it was the same concept, and it was just, it's fucking delicious as shit.
Oh yeah.
And it looks nice. It doesn't look like over presentation. Mm-hmm. Under presentation is when you got these people saying rustic. I hate that word. Fucking rustic. It's like, I get it. You're fucking lazy. You're just throwing shit onto the plate. That's not rustic.
Oh no, but listen, they're putting it on a block of wood, so it's a rustic. Come on, it's not. Or on we don't use plates here. We use wood.
Have you seen the subreddit We Want Plates?
No, but I should.
There's a subreddit,
especially since my other show.
They'll say, Oh my god, that's so true. That's funny. Yeah, and like they're serving shit in like fucking shovels. It's crazy. It's like, no, dude, I'm not trying to do that. I think it's weird when you serve a steak on a flat wooden board because then the juice just fucking gets everywhere.
Yeah, and it gets so I'm kind of a clean freak. I'm gonna be honest, I am. And so every time we use wooden boards, even if it goes through the dish pit and all the cleaning processes, I never trust that there's not a bit of juice that kind of seeped into it and got absorbed. Because wood is very absorbent, you know what I mean? Even if it's coated, I don't know. I don't trust wood at all. I like a plate because ceramics are very cool to clean.
If it was your own spot, you wouldn't have wood boards.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't have my own restaurant either because I'd probably die of a heart attack, dude.
I would not want my own restaurant.
To be an owner,
no.
You either have to, live in misery like David Chang does, or you have to completely not care and be like, yeah, eventually someone's gonna get food poisoning from my restaurant, and that's fine with me. You can't be a well-adjusted guy, living happy-go-lucky, and have a restaurant because everything goes wrong all the time.
Yeah, no, that's why I make videos and talk about shit that I don't know about.
There?
I'm not a business owner. I'm not none of that shit. No, thank you. Running a restaurant sounds awful.
Yeah.
But that's not
really does.
That's another top conversation. No, but I do think there's I think that sweet spot legitimately is casual fine dining. I think casual fine dining, you get food that who doesn't eat mac and cheese?
That's true.
Like everyone likes mac and cheese, but let me tell you something. You take mac and cheese, you add some of that like there's this like fucking powder that they add. It's like almost umami.
Yeah.
The mac and cheese and makes it more savory. And then slice a couple, like grill some slices of pastrami, put it on top of it.
Okay, a little bit of truffles. Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. Or even super fucking basic. When you make your mac and cheese, even if it's out of the box, put some cheese curds in there and watch that thing just transform into a real fucking epic meal.
I'm gonna be honest though, we're gonna have 5 topics this episode, pro or against. I hate it when mac and cheese is too creamy. I like mac and cheese to be kind of not dry, but you know what I mean. Like it has to be. You have to feel the pasta in it. I don't like it when it's like a blob. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like
soupy?
a pure. Yeah. That's disgusting.
I know what you mean. Yeah, that's gross, and that's a refire where we worked last.
Yeah.
Nah, like. Yeah, there's definitely a good balance. I think cheese curds definitely helps with that balance, especially if it does come out too soupy. Like say if I'm doing multiple orders in one bowl, like 2 or 3 orders, it will because I begin to lose the proper ratio. But if you just add more cheese curds to it, you'll get a more thicker consistency.
Bro, it's literally a question of stop putting too much sauce. Everybody thinks flavor comes from sauce.
Less is more. Less is more.
Yeah, literally. Just measure that out. Whatever you think it is, put a little less. And if it's too dry, it's so easy to add a little more cheese to it. You know what I mean?
A little splash, yeah, some cheese.
Damn.
I overdid smoked cheddar once. Oh god, it was awful.
Oh yeah, but, cheese is very. There's a balance. I think there's a cheesiness that's acceptable, but after a point, man, it becomes nauseating. Cheese is it's very dangerous. It's powerful, but it's dangerous. All right. We went all over the place. How many topics do we have this week? We have dating, yes or no, to the disappointment of Mjolnir. Then we have high-end versus low-end kitchens, which we only have one take on because I didn't offer. We just talked. So
just had a conversation about the whole thing.
The answer to that is going to be a high-end. Just put that as an option for voting. And also after that, we have. Damn, what was the other topic? Oh yeah, mac and cheese. Soupy mac and cheese versus dry. Dry versus wet mac and cheese. Yeah. So
this podcast is coming in like a shotgun. That's what it is. You're out here like, let's try to do this fucking like slug round. Nah, man, we're fucking shotgunning this bitch. It's everywhere. It's fucking spray and pray.
Can you do polls with multiple options?
You definitely can do polls with multiple, like A, B, C, D, E.
Yeah, like a person can choose more than one.
I don't know. Do you want that to be an option?
Sure. I want to add everything this week. It's been so funny.
Yeah. And then everyone can vote for both of us. Like, I just want everyone to have a good time.
I'm not a fan of competition. I want a participation
trophy. I don't like
the
competition between you guys, but I like the energy, so I'm going to vote for both of you.
Damn,
so if that's not the case, I'm going to look into it. If that's not the case, we'll know why.
If that's not the case, we'll just do the dating thing, I guess. We spent... Actually, no, just do the mac and cheese one, because that's the one we spent the least time on.
That's really the most important topic of all.
Absolutely. All right,
Tells
everybody.
you everything.
check out. Obviously, you're already here. A hoe named Sway. Check out his IG, Josue. Check out a cook Wolfsway on Instagram.
Just make sure you're subbed. Just double check. Go check out our Instagram. Make sure that you are hitting the follow, that you get the bell. You know what it is. You know what to do.
Add us
Why are
to
we
your
telling
close
you?
friend story.
Jesus Christ.
Thank you, Jose. Thank you very much. You're
Of course. Front of house, we love you. Okay. Don't
Oh, damn,
stop.
dude.
Don't stop believing.
No. Yeah, I have to find another front of house joke to end this with.
Yes, please send it on a front of house joke.
Why are front of house jokes so short?
Why?
So they can remember them.
One.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. That's the one. That's the one. Motherfuckers.
Take care, bro. Cheers. Take it easy. Vote.
Take care. Vote. Please. Your vote matters.
Well, if it's for me. Do
you think Arnold Schwarzenegger practiced semen retention before his meets?
Well, he's
No.
not. He's not good. Mike Menzer is a far superior bodybuilder to Arnold.
And does he practice semen
Oh,
retention?
Mike Menzer was on another plane. Mike Menzer? Oh, man. I can't even get into it. Let's not.
Jesus Christ.
Not into this
Jesus
shit.
Christ. Your eyes lit the fuck up.
Mike Menzer, dude? Yeah.
What?
Oh.